How you doing, guys? Joe back with the Real Fly Guy Outdoor channel. Hope everybody's 4th was good. Hope everybody was safe and have all their phalanges. Today, we're going to do something I haven't seen before on YouTube. Today we're going to talk about putting a Bimini top on the Sundolphin Pro 120. We're going to go over some measurements and the way that I've done this. It might work for you if you have the same boat, and if you're able to get the same top, it should work just fine. So let's go over what the top is. This is a Seamander Marine Bimini top. It is a 3-bow top, which means it has 3 of these metal ribs, one in the front, one in the middle, and one in the back. There are 2-bow, 3-bow, 4-bow. I'm not sure if there's 5-bow or not, but I know there's at least 4. But this is a 3-bow. It is 6 foot long, so when it comes out from the back of the boat, it'll come out 6 feet, roughly. All right. The width of it. Now, this is important. If you ever go to get a Bimini top, you need to know the width of what you're trying to put it on. Hold on for 1 second. Okay. So, where you're going to put the Bimini top, you need to know the width. Now, as you go along the length of the boat, the width can change. Older aluminum boats were a little thicker or wider in the front than they were in the rear. This boat seems to be pretty straight, but as you go forward, obviously, the gunnels get more narrow. So, at the back here, right next to the Orlocks, which is what those little things are, they're Orlocks, we have 53 inches on center. Well, not on center, I'm sorry. Probably, so 52.5 inches on center. Alright? But I just go all the way across because it's 55 inches from end to end. So 55 inches. And most Bimini tops aren't, 55 inches or 56 inches. Normally it's a range. Like this one is 45 to 55 inches. So the poles are designed to spread side to side a little bit. So make sure when you're ordering a Bimini top, it's going to fit the gunnel width or wherever you're mounting it. I know on bigger boats they mount them on the windshield frames. This one we don't have that, so we mount them on the gunnels. So we mount the main support structure, or the main pivot point, forward, and then we put our supports on aft. A lot of 2-bow Bimini tops will have straps that come down in the front and in the back. Well, I don't like those because I don't trust the straps in the back, and I tow this with the Bimini top just as you see it, with the cover on there and down. We'll get into towing and operation here in a minute. So I like the aluminum support struts in the back, and this has got a little side-to-side wiggle, but it has no forward and back wiggle. The only thing you're seeing there is I'm moving the whole boat. So we mount our forward points right next to the Orlocks, and that's what those are. I've had a couple people ask what these are. These are Orlocks. It's just like what it says. What it does, if you've ever been in a rowboat, you know exactly what an Orlock is. It's designed to hold your oars. So when you're rowing this thing, and you can use this as a rowboat, technically, I believe under maritime law, if the vessel is wind-powered or man-powered, it doesn't need to be registered. So if you don't feel like registering your boat, you're going to have to row it, or you're going to have to get a sail for it. And this isn't made for a sail, but I'm sure you could do something, but you're not going to have a big keel on it. Anyways, getting sidetracked. So our front support is going to sit, the front of it is going to sit roughly 2.5 inches back from the Orlock. Sorry, I know I'm moving around a ton. So about 2.5 inches back from the Orlock to the front of the mark there. And I use rivets. I use tri-fold rivets in all my stuff because this is plastic. I don't trust screws. I've seen screws pull right out of plastic. If I'm going to use screws or bolts, what I'll do is I'll put a nutsert in here or something that's flared. I'm not going to just put straight screws into plastic because I've seen them pull out. I don't like it. And with this being basically a wind catch, I don't want it pulling out as I'm going down the road or going out on the water. So the rear supports, you're going to keep those as rearmost as you can. Now I have a rod holder here. I can still use that rod holder, but I can't give you a measurement off of that because you may not have a rod holder there, so that's kind of useless to you. But you want to get those as rearmost as possible, but you also want good purchase for your rivets. Okay? And that's how the other side's set up too, the exact same. Now on the front, I do have straps on the front because this thing's going to fold up, and I need it to fold up for transport and for storage for the winter. So these are your front, what I call D rings or hook rings. They're maybe a 1/4 of an inch. Maybe not even that. I'll let you decide what that is. Let's just say a 1/4 of an inch, just for clarity's sake. We'll say a 1/4 of an inch off the front of your rail. And that's just so the strap can hook into it and be done with it. Now, I have it set so where it off-hangs the back of the boat just a little bit. That way I have full coverage, and if it rains, the theory is it will come off the back and cover all that stuff. I don't intend to be out in the rain, but you never know what you're going to get caught up in. Now, I will say, before you go installing these, you need to mock it up. So you're going to need a helper. Put this on there and open it all the way up. Make sure that 2 things. One, where you want it on the boat is right, that it's going to cover the area that you want. I want it on the rear cockpit and the rear casting decks. Now, I can't cast from back here, but for the most part, when I'm by myself, I cast from the front anyways. I don't ever cast from the back. So, the second thing is make sure that it's level. It's not sitting down like that. It's not sitting up like that. Make sure that the top of the Bimini is level with the water line of the boat. All right? You know, if the boat sits down a little bit, that's fine, but you want it straight with the boat. You can't always go off of the gunwales, because this comes up and then it drops down. Go off the center line of the boat. I use that where the clamshell comes together. I use that as a good reference. So this is, like I said, this is the seam ender. This is the beige. It comes with a cover. It is a 6-foot 3-bow. It comes with everything but the rivets. This actually comes with really good hardware. Stainless steel screws and all that stuff. Comes with the D-rings and all that stuff. The thumb screws, all that stuff. I like the thumb screws. That way it's easy up, easy down. Comes with the good straps and everything like that. It's actually a really nice size Bimini top for this boat. It actually works really well. I took it out yesterday. It's July 7th of 25. I took it out yesterday, and sitting back, I had the motor down just a little bit from where it is now, and I had that up, and it was 90 degrees yesterday on the Chesapeake. I was sitting under that, resting up against the motor, had a nice breeze against me, no sun on my face. It was absolutely beautiful. So having a little bit of shade on the water can really cool you down. Now granted, you're going to have reflection coming off the water too. I can't do anything about that. But just having a little bit of shade, getting out of that sun for just a little bit, can make or break a fishing trip. Can be the difference between you having heat exhaustion and just having a good time. So that's my rendition of this. This is, like I said, the Seamander. They got it off Amazon. Nothing fancy about it. It's a standard kind of universal Bimini top. Like I said, when you go to order yours for any boat, make sure that you're getting the size that you need for it. So, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a good 4th. Catch you guys later. Bye.